Paper 1, question 10. So this is a functions question, and first of all, this notation, this f to the minus 1 of x, is asking us to find the inverse function for f of x. So we start off by setting our function equal to y. We then need to multiply by the denominator, so we get xy add y is equal to 3x take away 5. Now we've eliminated the fraction, we need to rearrange this to make x the subject. So I'm going to collect all my x terms together on one side and collect all my non-x terms on the other side. I need to get x on its own, so to go from 2x terms to 1, I factorise by x, and then I can divide by this bracket to get x on its own. So that's y add 5 divided by 3, take away y. The final step is to put it in the correct notation. So inverse function of f of x is, and then substitute y for x, so we get x add 5 divided by 3, take away x. Now, if at this stage you rearranged to collect all the x terms on the left, so you'll get xy take away 3x is equal to negative 5 take away y. You still factorise and continue from there. It just means that the final step here, all the positive and negative signs will be reversed. So you'll get negative x take away 5 on the numerator and positive x take away 3 on the denominator. And that is also correct because it's just numerator and denominator multiplied by negative 1. For part B, show that f of x is equal to this fraction. So to find f of x, we have to substitute f of x into itself. So we've got our f of x function, and every time there's an x in there, we're going to substitute in the f of x function. So we'll get 3 f of x, so 3x take away 5 over x add 1, take away 5 on the numerator, and then the denominator is x, so we substitute f of x, 3x take away 5 over x add 1, add 1. The next step is to eliminate these denominators within the fraction. So the way I do that is give everything a common denominator of x add 1. I need to multiply out the bracket here, so that will give me 9x take away 15, and that's divided by x add 1. If you multiply the 5 by x add 1, you've now given all of that a common denominator of x add 1. And the same on the denominator. We've got 3x take away 5 divided by x add 1. If we multiply the 1 by x add 1, that gives it this common denominator. Just like when you're adding numeric fractions, give them a common denominator. And now, those two denominators will cancel out, because when you've got this fraction divided by this fraction, it's the same as multiplying by its reciprocal, so those two will cancel out. So that leaves us with 9x take away 15, take away 5x, take away 5, careful with the negatives, really important that you include brackets here, divided by 3x take away 5, add x, add 1, again just expanding that bracket. That gives me 4x take away 20, divided by 4x take away 4, and divide through by your common factor of 4, which is x take away 5 over x take away 1. So that's telling you there, a is equal to negative 5. The next one, we've been given another function g of x is x squared take away 3x, and we want the value of f of g of 2. So I'm going to start off there finding the value of g of 2. So I want 2 squared take away 3 times 2, so 4 take 6 is negative 2. And then I can substitute that into f, So I now want f of negative 2. So 3 times negative 2 take away 5 divided by negative 2 add 1. I'm just substituting negative 2 in for x here. So that's negative 11 divided by negative 1, which is 11. Find the range of g. So this is a question that a lot of you got stuck on. And we need to think about this function. So I'm just going to do a little sketch. X squared take away 3x. Well, that factorises to x, x take 3. So it's got roots at 0 and positive 3. We're told that this function exists between x is 0 and x is 5. So this bit doesn't exist, but it does go to x is 5 here. So the range of these y values between the maximum, where the graph stops here, and the minimum point here. The maximum is easy to find because I know from the graph that's when x is 5. So I can do g of 5 is 5 squared take away 3 times 5, 25 take 15 is 10. So this function must be less than 10 or equal to. I need to find the minimum point here. I can do that by completing the square with the function x squared take away 3x. So that is x take away 3 over 2 squared take away 3 over 2 squared. So the minimum is at 3 over 2. Well, that makes sense. It's halfway between 0 and 3. And that minimum value here on the y-axis is negative 3 over 2 squared. So that's negative 9 over 4. So my final answer for the range of g is that g of x is between negative 9 over 4 as the minimum and 10 as the maximum. A little sketch there really helps you just see what's going on and think about the range of y values of that graph. Final question E, why does g not have an inverse? Because it's not a one-to-one function. So you can either say here it is not a one-to-one function, or you could say it is a many-to-one function, and that either of those responses would be fine.